Okay, it is day 10 of me trading my 25K funded Apex account. This is where my account balance is right now. Just slowly moving on up. Because the time reset, it disappeared, but I made like $54 or something like that today. Actually, it's on here. No, not that. It's not 84. It's like 54 or something. Anyways, let me kind of go over the trades I took today. And to be honest with you, I'm going to sound like a broken record. I probably shouldn't have traded today. So let's kind of walk through this at 8:30, which is the stock market open for me. I noticed price is a little bit below this pink line, which is my hourly 50 EMA. At that point, since we're below that line, I can look to go short, which after seeing where price is to that line, I'm saying, okay, I'm going to be looking for the first bull candle opening and closing below the 10 EMA. I'm on the 3-minute chart, by the way, and this is MNQ, right? So this was the setup right here. We got the bull candle opening and closing below the 10 EMA, this light blue line on the 3-minute. The trade would have looked something like this. I didn't like this. I didn't do it. One reason is because the stop needed to be pretty large, and I don't really have stops this large like that, but maybe I should have done it anyways. And I would have targeted 1.2 to 1.3, and I would have tried to leave a runner, which today was the day. Today was the day for that nice runner. Like if I would have used the strategy, right, to exit the trade once we closed back above the 10 EMA, which would have been right here, that would have been a 3R win. Yeah, so kind of sucks I didn't take that trade, but also at the same time, I don't usually trade right at the market open. I like to see what price is doing within that first 30 minutes to an hour after, the stock market open. Also, we were just right below the pink line. I didn't want to get wicked in and faked out. So like if price would have came back up and made a bear candle opening and closing above the 10 EMA, I would have probably chanced it and tried to go long, because when it's this close to this hourly EMA, sometimes the bulls will just flip it up, right? So that's why I didn't enter. When 9 came around and 9:30 came around, it was still going down. It was not closing back above that 10 EMA. So I was like, I missed out. I'm just not even going to pay attention. Walked away, stopped looking at my phone for a while. And around this area, I started kind of checking back. At this point, I'm like, we've come down, over 2% already on NQ, almost 3% at this point. And I didn't want to keep shorting, even though, yes, I'm under this pink line. It didn't make, as much sense to try to short down here, but I wanted to follow my strategy anyways, because I have seen it where price comes down a lot and a short still works. We got that bear candle opening and closing right above that 10 EMA, and I said, I kind of want to go long. Maybe I can catch like some of the bears taking profit on this day and kind of ride that up for a little bit and get out quickly. But I didn't do it. Again, I got spooked. That was scary. And I didn't do it, right? And then we got the bull reset candle to short under. But again, I'm like, yeah, there's no way I'm shorting the low. I'm just not going to do that. So we come up, we get a bear reset candle. I kind of thought about going long here. I didn't really like where we were. We got this nice bull reset candle right here. And I said, you know what? My strategy says if we're below that hourly 50 EMA to go short. And I'm just going to try to just have some faith right here. We weren't at the low. And also at this point, what I noticed was we have the monthly 10 EMA right here. So I said, can price really get down there? Maybe, maybe. Who knows? I went ahead and entered below this candle and also below the low of this bull candle, which had a really nice big volume spike. So I wanted to enter below there because the bulls could have bounced it up, which that happens a lot of times. And I think they tried and it just did not work. Price is coming down. I see this, the bear volume is kind of like it's spiking here and there. And what I noticed was like, it's spiking, but it's not moving. Like it's struggling. So at this point, I was getting nervous. I didn't want to lose, really, to be honest with you. And so I said, if price comes up and gives a long signal, which would mean a bear candle closing above that 10, I'll close out this trade and switch and flip to go long. So as soon as this candle came in, I closed it out and I exited where this little red line is. At this point, I'm like, okay, I know I definitely don't want to go short right now. What's ironic is that, this trade would have actually worked out. Like if I wouldn't have moved my stop at all and just let it run, it would have worked out. The problem is, or not problem, but I've been really practicing the 21-minute rule when it comes to moving my stop. After I've been entered in a trade, I move it every 21 minutes. So to be honest with that rule, if I wouldn't have canceled it right here, I would have more than likely been stopped out, maybe for around the same amount. I would have been stopped out. That's my main point. I'm seeing this little trend line. I see this little trend line here. And again, I'm wanting to go long, right? Just a quick long. I knew I wasn't necessarily trying to have this huge long trade. We broke out of this trend line right here, this little red line, and it gave me a bear candle opening and closing above the 10 EMA. So I said, this is a great candle to go long on. It retested the trend line. It couldn't close here. It even closed back again above that EMA. My stop is in a pretty good position to where I'm like, I could have it below the low of day. So I like that. It'll probably give some room for this trade to kind of work or not. I was a little skeptical at it. I was like, I don't know, the bears could be strong. Like, I don't know what could really happen here. So I got long above this candle and also above the 50 EMA. Got entered here. I was originally going again for my 1.2 R. This is what I like that I did on today. One, I closed this out for a pretty small loss. And then what I did today is I trimmed, I guess. I don't know if it's really a real trim because, well, I guess it would be. I had two contracts and I closed one out when it reached this little light purple line here. Now this purple line, as this trade is working and as it's coming up, I start to say, where could this possibly turn around? And sometimes what I like to do is when I see candles like this, I will take the high and I'll go to the low of these bigger candles and I'll see the midpoint, right? The 50% mark. And it's right here. So I said, I think it was once this hammer candle formed, I said, you know what? If we can get back to this purple line, I'll take one of my contracts off. And so I modified the trade to do that, and it barely did it right there. So I got out and left a little runner. I didn't move my stop into the green. I kind of just trailed it slowly, like this was my 0.7 R move right here. I moved it right on this candle here. And then once this candle came in, I decided to move it again I actually did it before the 21-minute mark rule. Moved it up to the 0.5 R loss. Once I saw this big candle come back down and I was like, I don't like that. I liked this hammer candle. To be honest with you, I probably should have got out once I saw this hammer candle get taken out, the low get taken out. It was starting to come down pretty fast. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to exit. So this little tiny green line here is where I exited. I believe I exited on this candle here. I have it actually up, the screenshot. Oh, it disappeared actually. those little arrows that Trading View or Tradevate will add when you get entered and exited. I don't know why I guess they didn't they disappeared. But anyways, I exited right there and just got out and watched. I was a little hurt that this came all the way back up here, but it's okay. You know, it's okay. What's even crazy, this is the power of the rule where if we are under the hourly 50 EMA, look to short. Because even after the 2 trades that I tried to take, look what happened. And I actually did not pay attention to this. I was just too worried about exiting the trade. But this candle that I might have exited on, it was either this one or this one, this was a bull reset candle. So what does that mean? Well, that's another chance to go short. So it would have been on this candle where I got entered, and I would have went for that 1.2, right? Which is right there. And I would have tried to leave a runner, thinking maybe it is going to go just touch the, I mean, this is too far, right? That's just like crazy to the 10. But on the daily, it didn't look that bad. It didn't look that far away. So, you know, that's crazy that that short setup would have worked. I always underestimate that rule, and I've gotten a little better at trying to adhere to it. It's a little challenging after you see this. It's like, really? I can take another short trade and it'll probably win? Like, even this trade wasn't that bad. And like I said, if I would have never moved the stop one time, it would have worked out. Like, I think that's just crazy to me. Once I saw this chop again, I probably should have just left today alone. You know, I guess I made like $50-something. And my distance drawdown is, I don't know what this is. It's right here. So I think, I don't know, I made a little bit, just a tiny bit. Oh man. I guess this is much better than the first time I had a funded account. I didn't make it 10 days. I made it 8 days and I blew it. So I'm a little bit past where I was before. And on the 8th day, I was up in this account. And on my last PA, I was not. I was like totally struggling. So this is a little better. Obviously not quite the gains I've been looking for yet. My timing has been off. I've been having some like schedule issues as well. You know, it's just, it seems like the days where I have to run errands or have to do something, those are the days, like for my specific strategy, it's always the best. It's always like, yep, after 9:30, I get a great setup appears and it works really well and I'm not there to take it. And on the days that I can, you know, be here and sort of just watch the market pretty much all day, it's like the move already happens really early when I don't really trade, or it's super choppy when I start trading. So there are definitely some things I guess I need to adjust. I don't know why this is not logging in. But anyways, that'll be the end of the video. I will see you on the next one. Like and subscribe and let me know what you think.